You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did. I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Robinson hits them both.
Well, there were a few complaints last season about how the playoff seeding was done, most notably in the Western Conference. Portland was the 4th seed for winning their division, but without that division win, would have been the 6th seed.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. A follow goes in over Robinson.
And boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
Well, they're not shooting it as well as they had hoped to this half. I'd really like to see them try to work it around more and find the open man. I mean, that's one way to get going offensively, make the extra pass and find the open man.
Into the playoffs last year with Portland being a division winner, but getting that 4th seed, that played a huge role in this conversation about playoff seeding structure. San Antonio would end up playing the Clippers in the first round, even though both had better records than the Blazers.
Kevin, no doubt it's a tricky situation. Listen, you want to reward teams for winning their division, but every so often it comes at the expense of several other teams, like it did last year, who just play in stronger divisions. So I think that's something that the league is going to have to look at moving forward.
Anthony against Smith. It's Anthony with the drive, and that one's good. Anthony's got 5 points now in the quarter.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Drexler kicks to Duncan. Down low, here's Maravich. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist.
Well, he's having a great half here. Exactly the opposite of the first.
New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Outside Anthony.
And one thing we know is that across the board in the NBA, attendance is up all over. Franchise values are also at an all-time high. Overseas, the game continues to grow as well.
Drexler passes to Maravich. Pass to Duncan. Shot clock at 6. Back to Maravich. It's deflected. Here's Robinson. It's deflected, and they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. New York shooting in this 4th quarter pretty dire at 27%. And the media deal in play says a lot about the popularity. It's not just broadcast. Fans are showing up as well.
Sellouts were at a record 700 last season, Kevin. The previous record was 676, almost 22 million regular season fans. That's a big number. That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Spurs leading by 21. Maravich with it. There's a screen by Robinson. Outside, Maravich. Here's Duncan, and there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
Checking out the game Tim Duncan is having. He has 9 rebounds and 4 assists as well. He's shown some flash with his passing and some grit with his board work.
Yeah, not a combination that too many players in our league possess. Well, the game's getting bigger, going international. But at least in the U.S., it really seems the game is going indoors. Back in the day, the legends of the game still played on the blacktop. That's becoming a thing of the past.
Maravich kicks to Duncan. There's a screen by Robinson. Back to Maravich. Lopez with the block. Robinson against Calderon. Lopez a screen. On its way from a follow for 2, but they'll get another chance. Anthony with the bucket.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
San Antonio leading by 18. Drexler outside. He feeds it to Maravich. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's a screen by Robinson. Drexler against the Flalo. Smith kicks to Robinson. Drexler outside. Duncan dishes to Smith. Goes back up, and it's Drexler that time, and the assist by Smith. Drexler's got 10 points in just the second half. And speaking, Clark, of playground basketball, why do you think that is, that the players are going indoors?
Well, I think one reason is playing on hardwood is nicer. It's easier on your joints and safer overall. The game has changed and it's big business now, but there are still plenty of weekend warriors who get their hoop on outside.
Here's Calderon. That's all good, and that's his 5th basket of the game. He's shooting 5 for 11 now.
And you know what? He's shaking off the cold shooting performance from the first half.
There's a screen by Robinson. Maravich kicks to Duncan. Back to Maravich. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. And the Spurs lead by 20.
And he's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
Calderon against Maravich. There's the screen. Here's Lopez. Here's Porzingis. Some solid defense from Robinson.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Drexler kicks to Duncan. To the inside. Knicks with the rebound. Lopez has got 6 rebounds in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for San Antonio.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
Yeah, and Greg, when it is just a 2-game season series, the team winning game 1 has that slight mental edge going into the second meeting, knowing they've already solved their opponent one time and only have to do it one more time.
Lopez sets a screen for Calderon. Can't convert after the good screen.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
And a whole new group out on the floor right now for the Knicks. And here is Hughes. The screen from Campbell. Here's Smith. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Williams kicks to Vujicic. Puts up the baby hook. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line.
First personal foul, team's third.
Here's Smith. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now time to head over to the studio where the award-winning Ernie Johnson is with Shaq and Kenny, all standing by. Guys, take it away.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Thanks, Kevin, and let's take a look now as we give the nod to our Jordan Player of the Game. He was a powerful offensive weapon tonight, scoring a double-double with points and assists, and that was the catalyst for this victory.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunities. He took advantage of every good look he got. I mean, everything he put up was going in.
Well, he showed us just how good he can be when he's at the top of his game. And the building was stunned. You saw people leaving early, throwing popcorn, throwing hot dogs, spilling soda. He put on a CSDP, a crowd shut down performance. Man, that's what I'm talking about, Ernie.
And folks, that'll wrap it up for tonight. We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.